has been accused of racism and cultural insensitivity after a comedian painted his face to impersonate Eddie Murphy. The New Year's Eve show featured celebrity comic Hamada appearing in a Beverly Hills cop skit with his face blacked up. Using makeup to darken the face is seen by many as deeply offensive. Protests over the show have grown over the past days. Well, Baye McNeil is a US-born writer and columnist who has lived in Japan for 13 years. He drew attention to the issue on Twitter and joins us via webcam from Yokohama. Thank you very much, Baye, for joining us here on the program. Firstly, just tell me what you make of this skit.
Well, I agree with you that it was culturally offensive, but I don't think it was necessarily racist. But I think the world is watching, and the world may perceive it as racist or irretrievably ignorant. So that's the issue here.
Why do you think it's racist?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily racist. It could be racist. There could be some racism coming out of some unintentional racism being exhibited here. But from my experience living with the Japanese people for the last 13 years, I've grown to love them and know them very well. And I don't sense an intentional racism within them. So if there is any racism involved, it's definitely unintentional.
I mean, is it as an issue of perhaps they should hire black actors rather than painting or colouring their face with makeup? Has that been something that's been discussed or debated?
That is being debated, but also I think it's not necessarily a case of hiring black actors, even though that would be very helpful, but also having some people of foreign descent, not necessarily black, but any foreigners working in the production staff. So when they have questions, when they're preparing a skit where they want to mimic or mock foreigners, they can have someone they can consult that can give them some advice about, how this might be perceived by the rest of the world.
Do you think there's a level of perhaps shock that there's been reaction like this to this skit within Japan?
Some people may be shocked, but this is not the first instance of this. I mean, last 2015, there was another instance of this blackface that came to international attention. This is when a musical group called Rats and Star were preparing to be on Fuji TV and do a program called Music Fair in blackface with another pop idol group called Momo Ito Clover Zeto. And they were going to perform in blackface, but there was a petition that went out nationally, and nearly 5,000 people signed it, mostly Japanese. So, but this information was not presented in the media, so I don't think Japanese were really aware that this issue was problematic at that time. But if they had been made aware of it, I think this might not have occurred.
And just briefly, do you think there's things are going to change? Oh, I'm so sorry. We're actually very short on the program, so I will have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Baye, for joining us and giving us your thoughts. Okay, and that's it for this edition, but do stay with us. We've got lots more coming up in the next edition of Impact.